Joseph Smith allegedly said the following: "I have more to boast of than ever any man had. I am the only man that has ever been able to keep a whole church together since the days of Adam. A large majority of the whole have stood by me. Neither Paul, John, Peter, nor Jesus ever did it. I boast that no man ever did such a work as I. The followers of Jesus ran away from him, but the Latter-day Saints never ran away from me yet." Critics cite this example to show Joseph Smith was full of pride and that he viewed himself greater than Jesus. Is this true? This is not a direct quote by Joseph Smith. The sermon was given on May 26, 1844 and recorded by Thomas Bullock after Joseph Smith's death. The accuracy may not be that great as it relies from the memory of others, and Joseph Smith did not review it for its accuracy. Even if accurate, it is hard to know the manner it was said. Was it said in a serious way or a joking way? It makes a difference. It is important to read what was allegedly said before this. Joseph, referring to the 2 Corinthians chapter 11, says, "I, like Paul, have been in perils, and oftener than anyone in this generation. As Paul boasted, I have suffered more than Paul did." Then Joseph Smith proceeds to boast of claims he believes to be true, as you can see. Joseph Smith is addressing apostates and enemies regarding persecution. He refers to Paul and uses him as an example for boasting. If any Christian is going to accuse Joseph Smith of wrongdoing, they should blame Paul for being a poor example to Joseph Smith. The New American Standard Bible of 2 Corinthians chapter 11 is a little clearer than the KJV, so I will refer to that. Paul says in verse 1, "I wish that you would bear with me in a little foolishness, but indeed you are bearing with me." Verses 16 to 19. "Again I say, let no one think me foolish, but if you do, receive me even as foolish, that I also may boast a little. That which I am speaking, I am not speaking it as the Lord would, but as in foolishness, in this confidence of boasting. Since many boast according to the flesh, I will boast also. For you, being so wise, bear the foolish gladly." Finally, in 2 Corinthians 12 verse 1, Paul says, "Boasting is necessary, though it is not profitable." Like Paul, Joseph is asking that people would bear with him in his folly and boasts like Paul to make a point. Joseph was not saying he was greater than Jesus or did more important works than Jesus. The only item he focuses on is keeping the church together and the majority standing by him. Whether correct or not, it does not mean he saw himself better than Paul, John, Peter, or Jesus in other areas. Joseph may have had John 14:12 in mind when he alleged said these words. That passage says, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father." Joseph Smith was humble and understood his place in everything. He knew he was nothing without Christ. When Joseph Smith was in Liberty Jail and experienced many trials, the Lord comforted him and reminded him in D&C 122, verse 8. "The Son of Man hath descended below them all. Art thou greater than he?" Joseph Smith knew the answer to that question, as we all do. Thank you for your time.